You ever wake up thinking it'll be just another day, and by the time the sun sets, you realize you've declared war on your entire neighborhood? Yeah. That's how I found myself holding an HOA violation letter in one hand, a chipped coffee mug in the other, and just staring at the sky through the branches of the very trees I was suddenly being threatened over. Not gonna lie, part of me almost laughed. Like, really, this is the fight they want. My crime: a row of old cedar trees, 13 feet tall, a single foot over the official HOA limit. No one cared about these trees until the new HOA president decided she wanted everything uniform, whatever that's supposed to mean. Now, these trees weren't just landscaping to me. Each one I'd planted years ago with my dad. He's gone now, but those pines still stand roots tangled with the memories of late-night stories. Hard work and a few beers we probably shouldn't have had while holding shovels. They weren't hurting anybody. My yard backed up to a retention pond. No one's view blocked, no traffic signals hidden, just some quiet green in a world that's gone a little gray. But the HOA didn't see it that way. Their letter wasn't just a warning. It was a demand, signed with all the warmth of a cold cup of decaf. Trim your trees to 12 feet by Friday, or you'll be fined $100 per day. No. Please no. Thank you, not even a dear homeowner. Just rules, fines, and the distant whiff of power trip. At first I tried to reason, called the number on the letter, thinking I could talk sense into someone. Instead, I got Karenette. And if you think that's just a meme, think again. She made Siri sound emotional. Policy is policy, sir. Visibility, uniformity, safety. She said it so flat, I nearly checked to see if I'd dialed a robot. I hung up before I said something I'd regret. So what did I do next? Sat outside that night, moonlight slicing through those branches, just thinking about what these trees meant to me. Every knot, every scar, every inch of height, reminders of the good and the bad, and proof that something could actually last. By morning, I had a second letter, this one delivered by hand, like they wanted me to feel the threat in person. The fine started right then. No time to appeal, just pay up or else. I tried writing a letter back, explained the story. Attached photos, even offered to trim them a bit. Not enough to kill their spirit. 2 days later, the HOA sent back a form rejection. Uniformity cannot be compromised. It might as well have said, "We don't care about your memories." That's when it turned from a nuisance into a fight. They sent a landscaping crew to my backyard. No warning, just the sound of engines revving and chainsaws warming up. I ran out waving a broom, yelling like some deranged raccoon whisperer. They left, but not before calling the HOA to report me for hostile behavior. I slapped a cardboard sign out front. Free the trees. They fined me for that, too. You know what I mean? It was like every move I made was already written down in their little playbook of pettiness. Just when I was about ready to pack up and move my neighbor Jules, yeah, the guy who wears sunglasses at night and believes the HOA is secretly run by lizard people, caught me sulking. He's wild, but sharp, and also happens to be an electrician. "They're not after your trees, man," he said. "They're after control. You know their office is sitting on a main power line, right?" I had no idea. That planted a seed in my mind, the kind that grows at 2 in the morning when you can't sleep because you're too busy planning ridiculous acts of suburban rebellion. I started digging not in the dirt, but in city records. YouTube rabbit holes about power grids, And yes, a few how to not electrocute yourself videos. Jules helped me find the exact junction right behind my property, practically gift-wrapped. And right about then, the HOA sent me a final warning pay-up: cut the trees, or they'd get the city involved. My fine was up to 8. I was done playing nice. Let me back up a sec. I'm no criminal mastermind. My only crime before this was streaming British crime shows without a VPN. But the thought of knocking out their precious gala, scheduled for Saturday night, live-streamed full of smug speeches, well, it just felt poetic. Jules rigged up a timer, showed me how to safely pop open the panel, and told me not to touch any actual wires. Just disconnect the main relay at the right moment and let the party lights go dark. So night of the gala, I'm out there dressed like a wannabe ninja, sweating bullets, cursing my life choices, and praying no one walks by with a flashlight. Set the timer close, the panel scurry back to my living room and tune in to the HOA's live stream. There's Karenette glass of wine raised going on about community values and order, and right on cue, bam. The lights flicker, then darkness. Screams, confusion, someone trips into the chocolate fountain. The live stream cuts out, and I'm just sitting there alone in my kitchen, grinning like I just got away with the perfect crime. The next morning, it's like the neighborhood woke up from a bad dream. Flyers everywhere. Power outage. Under investigation reward. Offered for tips. Karenette's stomping from yard to yard, clipboard in hand, acting like she's the FBI. She corners me, asks if I saw anything. I say, nope, must have been a squirrel. She doesn't buy it, but can't prove a thing. And something weird happens. Other neighbors start acting out too. Someone leaves trash bins out for days. Another family puts up pink flamingos. It's like a silent revolution, everyone poking holes in the rules just to see what happens. Here's the twist. A week later, someone leaks emails showing Karenette's been siphoning off HOA funds for years, renovating her kitchen, paying her cousin for consulting, all under the table. The next emergency meeting is a show trial neighbors, grilling her, waving emails, demanding she step down. She does no drama, just packs up and leaves. The whole block breathes out, and suddenly life gets better. Block parties pop up. Kids race scooters down the sidewalks. Someone starts a goat rental business out of their garage. Jules gets nominated to the new council, and the trees still standing taller than ever. Now I get anonymous notes. Thanks for reminding us. We're not powerless tucked into my mailbox. There's even a framed copy of that old violation letter hanging in the new community center, a line scrawled underneath. They're still growing. You know, the best part wasn't the blackout or seeing the HOA lose their grip. It was seeing neighbors finally talk, laugh, and live without fear of some petty rule book. Sure, not everything is perfect. Some folks still wish for order, but now they're outnumbered by people who just want to enjoy life. So what do you think? Did I go too far? Would you have fought for your trees or played by the rules? Let me know. Down in the comments, let's hear your story about where you draw the line between freedom and order in your own neighborhood.